Alright, before we do this question, I'd just like to remind you, if you've got something plus something and you're squaring it, then it's the first one squared plus 2 times the first one times the second one plus the second one squared. And if it's something minus something squared, it's the same, but we're minusing 2 instead of plussing it. So, and I'm only doing every second. Okay. So for this one, we're going to have the first one squared. So this is my A and this is my B. Plus 2 times the first one times the second one plus the second one squared. So the first one squared is just x squared. 2 x to the 1 times x to the minus 1, so 1 plus minus 1. And then I've got x to the minus 1 times 2. So here I've got x squared plus x plus 1 plus negative 1, 0, x to 0. Now don't forget x to 0 is just 1, so I've got x squared plus 2 plus x to the minus 2. Okay, the only difference for this next one is that instead of having a plus, it's minus. So the only difference, take 2 plus x to the minus 2. But that's okay, I wasn't doing that question anyway. So here, this one's my A, this one's my B. So here I've got x squared, take 2 times x squared times x to the minus 2 plus x to the minus 2 squared, which gives me x to the 2 times 2, take 2 times x to the 2 plus negative 2 plus x to the negative 2 times 2. This one gives me x to the 4, take 2x to the 0 plus x to the negative 4, x to the 4, take 2 plus x to the negative 4. Fairly straightforward. Alright, this is the same as 2 to the 1 times 2 to the x. So that's 2 to the 1 plus x, or 2 to the x plus 1, it doesn't matter. Same here, 3 to the 1 plus x, or 3 to the x plus 1, doesn't matter. Here, that's the same as. Now, I'm going to pick the smallest power. So 2. 4 is 2 squared. So I've got 2 squared times 2 to the x. So this is 2 to the x plus 2. It's just nice to have the x first. Okay, 125. I'm going to have to change that to a power of 5. Luckily, we already know that's 5 cubed times 5 to the x. So that's 5 to the x plus 3. Now, a half, we should already be thinking that's 2 to the minus 1, because that's 1 over 2 to the 1. So we've got 2 to the minus 1 times 2 to the x. So that's 2 to the x plus negative 1. Do we write plus negative 1? No. So it's 2 to the x, take 1. Okay. Question 21. We're equating indices. So here, we've got 5 to the x plus 3 equals 25. I need these to both be the same base. And I know that 25 is 5 squared. So I'm going to rewrite this as 5 to the x plus 3 equals 5 squared. Now I've got the same base, I can make the indices equal each other. So I know x plus 3 equals 2, so x equals negative 1. Because if 5 to the x plus 3 comes out the same number as 5 to the 2, then x plus 3 must have been the same as 2. Okay, here I've got 4 to the 7 take x equals 1 over 4. I want them to the same base. Like, I need them to the same base. It's really important. Fortunately, we remember this is 1 over 4 to the 1. So it's, take x, the same as 4 to the minus 1. Now we've got the same base. We equate our indices. So we know 7 take x equals negative 1. Take 7 from both sides. We know negative x equals negative 8. So x equals positive 8. Finally, e. So we've got 1 on 3 to the x plus 1 equals 27. Now, we need them to the same base. And it's not going to be, it could be 1 on 3, but the base that's going to be easier is 3. So I'm going to make them both to the base 3. So this is same as 3 to the minus 1 to the x plus 1. And this is the same as 3 cubed. So we're almost there. This is the same as 3 to the minus 1 times x plus 1. 3 cubed, we're good with that, which means it's 3 to the negative x, take 1, 3 cubed. Now we're finally at the point where we've got the same base. So we can say negative x take 1 equals 3 because it's the same base, so we equate the indices. Which means negative x equals 4, so x equals negative 4. That's it.